I had no return. Upon the investment, my family and other people who knew that they invested in me would not be a vain, would not be in vain, never had anything in return. Because all that was promised by the Miss Culture Liberia organization, 95% was not given. And even the 5% that was given, the only thing that made sense or that was worth or that was actually what they promised was the luxurious crown and sash. The car they promised, in place of the 1 million Liberian dollars, which was equivalent at the time 5,000 United States dollars. The car didn't even worth that price. The car was worth 3,500 United States dollars. And even the car that is worth 3,500 United States dollars is not even the car that was initially unveiled on the unveiling ceremony of the Miss Culture Liberia pageant. I tried searching back for videos that I could post out there, but unfortunately I had none because we didn't take videos on our phones. The pictures, the videos were taken by the organizers, and they did post the video, but it's so bad to see that when they had changed the card, they took down the videos. And when I went there to have clarification over why they had changed the card, because I literally mentioned that in a communication that the organizer, Miss Conneal Williams, and I had over the phone. She said that the car had a problem. So I needed a clarification. I went to the house for the document of the car that they had given me in secret, because initially when we were to participate in this event, they told us that the car ceremony or the car turning over ceremony will be either done at our sponsor's office, Firm C, or the MCAT, Ministry of Culture and Tourism. But no, the car was given 2 days before I traveled to South Africa to represent the Miss Culture Liberia in the Miss Culture Global in South Africa. And it was given by one of their drivers or brother, I don't know who it was. They drove me to my house in the car because I'm a first-time driver. I don't know how to fully handle the steering yet. So she called me the day that I was supposed to before 2 days before I was supposed to travel. I come from town and was so tired. I was so exhausted. I didn't even look good that day because my hair, everything was totally messed up. I was so stressed up because I had to run after everything of that traveling, which I will come to that part. But then she called me and then was saying that the former minister who used to be the president of the pageantry union, she would like to introduce me to her, and we went there, and that's how she told me that this is the car that we told you about. And I had no choice because my family, they were being so curious, and I was so, at some point when I complained about why the car was changed, there were some issues that were coming up from it, and I just decided to see, okay, play low on it and see, probably in due time to come. We have a long way to go. It's like over a year that we have to work together. Things might be better, it might have a difference, but then I think that that was my biggest mistake, because accepting that car, I feel like it was just a dump on me that, okay, anything we give you, you're going to accept. And you all might think that I accepted those because maybe I didn't have a way to speak back, or but I'm the kind of person When I give you respect, I give it with all my heart. And when I decide to say, I'm working with you, I do it with everything in me. And Miss Culture Liberia brand was of no difference from what I will do to anyone else or any organization out there that I ever work for. So the car was given to me, and before I start to use the car, I had to go for the document over to her house, the organizer's house, and I went there and they explained things to me. They said, we didn't raise money during the event. You and all understand. Most of your other contestants did not pull out financially, so we had a lot of spending and so forth. And I try to be understanding because I know we are humans. We plan one way and life goes the other way. But like I said, again, that was my greatest mistake. Because up to today, that's literally all that I can say that I've ever gained from an event that I spent. I gave my time, my sleepless nights. And talking about the car, I received a call from Miss Camille um, after I came back from South Africa, and she asked me, why is it, Miss Culture, you're not using the car that we gave you? And I told her the reason is the car is not in a good phase because the brake had problem and other parts of the engine too have problem. And that was detected by our personal mechanic that takes care of my grandpa's company's car and our personal car at home. And that was intended because like I said, I'm a first time driver, and my grandpa was just trying to know whether the car that was given to me was in a good faith, because I was so excited that at least I earned something for myself and not a grandma, grandpa, mom, or dad buying it for me. This is something my hard work had paid me off. So he said, let me call the mechanic and then check the car before you start to use the car, only for them to check and then notice. And then Miss Kanye on the phone said that that's impossible, that she and her assistant Jessica had tested the car. They rode the car from town to the place they were bringing the car, and the rest of it. That's what it said. So I didn't want, like I said, when I give you respect, I give it with all of me. So I said, okay, since maybe what I'm saying seems like a lie, okay. So after a while again, she called me. After a few weeks or months passed by, I can't clearly remember, but she called me again. And she asked me, oh, Miss Culture, how are you? I said, I'm okay. And then she asked, why is it that people are saying that they haven't seen you with your car? You move around, but you don't move around with the car that was branded for you. And I told her, I'm going to sell the car and fix my present car that I have, because I have my grandpa bought me a car, which I appreciate him, but I just felt like I should earn something for myself. And I told her I was going to sell the car that was given to me and fix the car that I personally have and brand it with the Miss Culture brand. And then as an organizer, I expected her to ask me why again, but she didn't ask. She just said, "Oh, Miss Culture is Miss K now." That's like all she said, and that was it. And so I sat down to myself and noticed that this is never going to end. This is just going to be a repeated thing over and over. But yet still I played cool. I acted like things were going to be better. You're a human, Kayoung. Put yourself in their shoes. Maybe they actually didn't make a lot, so they're not able to give you what they promised. Maybe life circumstances, we plan one way and it goes the other way. Not until I had a call from their sponsors, which I will post that conversation. I'm not going to go into details with it because of the video's duration, I would just strictly say that that made me feel disappointed. It made me realize that they were just taking advantage for the fact that I didn't speak back.